What is up, everyone? It is your boy Shsl Blaze coming at you guys with yet another video. I'm excited because we're back with some more buried stars. Guys, we are getting closer and closer to finding out who the culprit is. I already have my theories. I've been saying it for like the last 10 episodes. I still think it's Chang. We're gonna find out hopefully sooner or later. That'd be nice, right? I feel like the game's been having us run around in circles for a while now, so hopefully this is the episode. Go ahead and hit that like button. I would truly appreciate it. It helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. It helps all these videos out. Truly appreciate all the support for Buried Stars. Buried Stars is looking good. Everybody's been enjoying it so far. New people have been watching the playthrough. Truly, truly, truly appreciate it. You guys are just awesome like that. Let's jump back into the game. All right, so let's see. What's going on Fader? Fader's got to be a mess, right? It has to be. Seems that fake news has been spreading. The act of spreading a false rumor can be punished by law. Should you be saying this after taking care of fake Shin first? What's this? Are you threatening me? Plughole is Han's another account? Please post a piece of evidence instead of a comment, fake Shin. Are you drawing an info window on the photo? What's taking you so long? Okay, I remember all of this. They used to go anywhere whenever they were offered to perform. Their major ground was Seoul. All kinds of rumors have been spreading. O is next, so I'm looking forward to what she'd do. When will Han be executed? Please hurry, you have more to go. One person for each hour is too long. Dang, people want people to die, that's horrible. I'm wondering why Han had to participate in the regional preliminaries of V-Stars. He was from Daejeon, but he has been living in Seoul since 3 years ago. But I guess he wasn't confident to pass the Seoul preliminaries, so he signed up in Daejeon. I think I've heard of that city's name. I think I've heard of that city before. Anyone say Plughole is added to the friends list of Han? They are friends, lol. You don't believe what Fake Shin said because it was a newly created account? But Plughole is no different, with no friends added at all. It was created to snipe Fake Shin. What is that double standard? LOL. The double standard is we're better. We are better than them. Okay, with that being said, let's call somebody real quick. Let's call somebody. Who are we calling this time? Let's call O. I think that'd be a good idea. See what O has to say. Han, do you support that Plughole guy? What are you talking about? Plughole is wrestling with fake Shin on Fader. I don't like his tone either. It's like a dogfight. In a sense, yeah. If fake Shin loses and turns out that they were just nobody, then what are we going to do? That's a good question. I don't know. The presence of fake Shin is already too much. But what if fake Shin is simply a troll? Then who the heck really attacked Seo? Right? Because he for sure didn't kill himself. Alright, so let's talk to Min first. See what she's got going on. It looks like we could talk about the specific time frame with her. Let's do that. I guess it was from the beginning of Super Week to the finals. Do you remember any conspicuous event or episode? Regarding the staff or contestants? Or about me? Do you just want me to tell you anything? Yes, for now. Min paused to think while rubbing her chin. There was a rival mission during episode 6. Masquerade barely passed the rival mission. And the show made it look like I had a serious conflict with Lee. I was surprised because it was different from what we saw, or from what I saw. They portrayed me as a hysterical maniac. What? She's a maniac, maniac. Lee was also portrayed as someone who tried to go along with me, but talked behind my back. In reality, it was just an intense discussion that resulted from our difference in opinions. Even after we came to an agreement, they made it look like we were still on bad terms with each other. In episode 6, the show aired a flashback of Min and made it look like there was a quarrel between her and Lee. It was nothing serious, but it was edited differently. Interesting. What about these staged conflicts? They paired me up with Lee. What was the song for the team mission? Come What May? You remember well. Lee didn't give any opinion at the time. I'm sure Lee had his own ideas, but he stuck to mine too much. He was giving his own only when I almost pressured him to. That might have looked like a quarrel. I was actually enjoying our conversation. It was a normal conversation. Not every conversation has to be pleasant. That's true. No residual bitterness should remain in a relationship. It's important to reconcile after all. Nah, I'm going with the left answer for sure. You guys were just having a normal conversation. It's not like you can always laugh and be happy when talking to someone, right? Lee shouldn't have lowered himself like that. It's one of the reasons why I provoked him a bit. You just wanted to know what he really had in mind. Yeah, he later thanked me for that. Min let out a low sigh. I caught them trying to show something different than the quarrel we had. Something else? The gossip that circulated on Fader earlier. I found out they were trying to add that to the episode. That's harsh. At that time, I went to confront Shin myself. I angrily demanded her to give up on that, so she dropped it eventually. What? The show tried to broadcast Min's love scandal without her consent? She had a quarrel with the producer. Eventually, her dating rumor was taken off the table, but her panic attacks made it on air. What? I was so surprised back then. So they were just trying to find any dirt on her that they could, just to make her more interesting. All right, let's talk to Lee. What do you got here? Accident? Let's go with that one. If they thought something was unfair, were they criticized for something they didn't do, or blamed more than they deserved? Is that why they're venting on like that on Fader? I just think it's plausible. An incident involving the staff. If we're to narrow it down, Lee and Han face each other, lost in thought. I remember the accident when our profiles got mixed up. It was clearly a mess. People started a boycott of Beastars, and it became a trend to complain directly to the official Beastars account. They missed the basic numbers, which means the data wasn't being managed properly. I even saw a comment accusing the show of fabricating the number of votes. Yeah, that's the only thing that comes to mind at the moment. Actually, where the profiles of the finals contestants were mixed up, viewers reacted angrily to the incident. Huh. How did they get the profiles mixed up? That doesn't make sense. From fan to hater? Let's try this one. It could be an old fan. Yeah, either an old fan of Min's or mine. Well, I never made my debut, so... Actually, most of my former fans turned against me. That's because of the misunderstanding. Is that what you believe? What choice do I have? You saved my life. Aww! I will always believe you. Aww! Lee, I love you! You're embarrassing me. Oh my god, there's a ship going on here. What do you mean? I've always been like this. When are you going to stop? Probably never. Oh my god, I love that. That was great. You gotta love this man. He's got a great smile. Specific time frame. Did the finals begin with episode 9? Episode 6 was about team missions. You've got some good memory. I can't forget because that's when I made it to the finals. Anything that comes to your mind? Let's see. I had no time to care about other matters because things were so hectic back then. By then, everyone was slinging mud on their own. Slinging mud? Story about his father. Lee's father was revealed to be Healy. The overheated tension near the end of the preliminaries. Let's go with... I want to say this one, but let's go with this one. Things really got heated at the end of the preliminaries. Not just us, but also for the viewers. At the end, we were nearly suffocating one another. Yeah, we were exhausted both mentally and physically. I knew what to expect from the beginning, but it was a different kind of incident. Lee scratched the tip of his nose. However, we managed to make it to the finals. And see where it has gotten us now. Huh. What about these staged conflicts? Talk about it. Oh, you're talking about that time. When they broadcast the episode where they made it look like there was a serious argument between Min and me. Yes, that one. Talk about it. I think it was during episode 6. Lee scratched the back of his head. I was somewhat subdued because I wanted to keep the peace with her. It was a mistake, though. He is also partially responsible for that. Laying low is not always a good answer. Consideration is not a bad thing. He behaved with much respect. I don't know. I'll go with this one. Just to be nice. We're always on the same page. It was your fault to a certain extent. Lowering yourself blindly doesn't mean that you're respecting the other person. Hey, he liked me for that. Right. And Min also thought it was not right. Our discussion might have sounded like an argument. And they aired it? No, actually, they edited in 2 different scenes with that one. Completely out of context, but the conversation was edited to achieve what they wanted. They never ceased to surprise me. You see how easy it is to take people out of context? It's sad. That's when I realized how dreadful the consequence of editing could be. Min and Lee were portrayed as if they had a conflict in episode 6, but it's actually a result of evil edits. People also do that, you know, when they're getting canceled or when they're canceling somebody. They just take, like, they'll be like, yeah, I have the receipts, right? And you'll be like, all right, let's see the receipts. And like, you'll look at the receipts and it's literally just edited and photoshopped and cut down to be taken out of context. Usually 9 times out of 10. Sometimes people got real receipts, but most of the time they don't. The public opposition was quite severe at the time. The built-up anger towards B-stars finally exploded. They also suspected the production crew of intentionally changing the profiles in favor of some contestants. The company then saved its neck by creating a scapegoat. I heard it was the youngest staff member who uploaded the profile data. The production staff responded quickly. They fired him first and they made an official statement. That's so messed up. He spoke again after a brief pause. But the staff member was pretty well known in the Fader community. He wasn't as well known as Shin though. Do you think he could be the one? I heard some of the staff members disclose their workplaces or job titles on Fader. They all seem to get along when things are going well, but things could get ugly if an accident occurred, like the profile one. Some of them even ended up deleting their accounts. I overheard something like that several times. Some staff members had to close their accounts because they faced public criticism soon after they revealed their involvement in B-stars. Wow, really? It was that bad? Well, let's talk about the personal account issue then. Come to think of it, it could have happened to you as well. Like to Han? The official manager came to see me out of nowhere. What? Oh, he also came to see me. Han quietly nodded. He told me he was being replaced after he got caught up in an issue and how he thought it was unfair. I had never seen this guy before, so I was a bit taken back. He did that to you too? Yeah, he came out of nowhere and said the same thing. So you calmed him down? There must have been a reason, because a stranger suddenly approached. Weren't you surprised? Let's go with the right one. Weren't you surprised, homie? Weren't you surprised? Like a total stranger came to see you out of nowhere. That's crazy. I was indeed. Han recollected his memory as he watched Lee hunching his shoulders. At the time, I didn't know what to say. He just came out of nowhere. I'm sure anyone would have felt the same. After being replaced by another staff member, he whined to contestants whom he just met that his reassignment wasn't fair. All right, that's all I got for him. Let's talk to O. Let's talk about that one, I think. From fan to hater. Come to think of it, they hired staff members sometime in between. A whole bunch of them came in and helped us with various things. And they all quit at the same time when school started up again. I know. What about them? They looked amazed. It was the first time seeing a celebrity, a broadcasting company, and all the related facilities. What celebrity? O sighed while scratching the side of her head. You have no interest in anyone, do you? Min, of course. Oh! Oh, I remember now. She was a beloved member when those guys were in high school. I think many of them were her fans. They cheered and screamed as soon as they saw her. They even asked for her autograph and took pictures with her. Looked like a fan meeting. What? That's cool. So you do remember. Just seeing them made me feel happy. Aww. Many of the newly hired staff members were fans of Beloved. Some even cheered after meeting Min in person. That's so cool. Let's talk about this one. Personal account issues. Everyone wants to talk about their own story, right? And being a member of a certain organization doesn't forbid you from using Fader either. The problem is that using Fader could lead to more accidents. The problem lies within the management, not Fader. Anything in particular that comes to mind? I remember the accident where the official account was mistakenly used for posting inappropriate comments. What? How did that happen? Couldn't help him getting all the blame. It was hard to avoid criticism. Everyone makes a mistake. It's a pity anyway. I'm gonna go with the left one, probably. That kind of job is hard to avoid criticism, especially even after he made a mistake like that. Of course, he was supposed to be the official account manager. He was actually severely criticized for making that mistake. Oh, sighed deeply. Is the account for posting announcements. Imagine how many people saw the message. It was such an explosion of criticism. He explained that he mixed up the official account with his personal account, but people didn't buy it. Everyone thought that there must have been another reason. By then, I couldn't watch it anymore. Official account manager had made a mistake and was blamed for many of it. His poor explanation was largely ignored. People demanded a more reasonable explanation. So we talked about the Beloved fan? Let's talk about him. Come to think of it, he was one of the fans. Who was he? Who is he? Yeah, see? Hans does the same thing. He was given the role of managing the official account later. Oh clicked her tongue while looking at Han's face. Why do you look so lost? It's like you don't care about anything other than yourself. Who said that? Well, at the time, I had Masquerade to worry about. I see. I guess that makes sense. The problem is that he played favorites with the official account. The official Beastars account manager was a big fan of Beloved. All right. Let's keep talking about the official account manager. I mean, shoot, why not? The account accident was ridiculous. He used the official account to share negative posts towards Seo. Not just a few, but a whole bunch of posts. What? Oh frantically scratched the back of her head. He's also been monitoring Fader with his personal device. He had been switching between the official account and his personal account when writing posts. And he forgot to switch accounts when writing the posts. Wait, what? That sounds horrible. He deleted the post right away, but it was too late. People starting with Seo's fans reacted crazily. It shouldn't have happened. He also hinted enough times that he was a fan of Beloved. That was quite a probable human error. Each staff member has their own preference. I mean, that's just how it is, right? But I guess that something like that shouldn't really have happened, right? So I guess we'll go with that. That shouldn't have happened. He was open about being a Beloved fan even when he was on the official account. I know. What would other people think? They thought Beastars intended to shun Seo while supporting Min. Han broke the silence while nodding. Looking at it that way, I believe this was the most serious accident. But surprisingly, the accident was all wrapped up after they posted a statement of apology. The official account manager was replaced instead of getting fired. That's why timing is important. He got caught and punished, but survived nonetheless. While the other guy got fired immediately after messing up the profiles. So we're picking favorites here, huh? The account manager made the mistake of sharing a post critical of Seo while logged into the official account. Although he quickly deleted the post, it was too late. I feel like that's worse than mixing up the profiles, right? Am I wrong about that? How did he get instantly fired just because of profiles? I mean, yeah, that sucks. It's a horrible mistake, but it's not as bad as like someone that's being biased that's working on the staff, right? Posting on the official Twitter account. Let's talk about the early acquisition. Clearly, it was Beastars who leaked Shin's accident for the first time. Fake Shin ran their mouth off as if Shin was really dead. At the time, there wasn't even an official announcement yet. Because the information could have been circulated internally. There are so many group chats that the staff use. There are different types of staff members, so it's hard to keep account of them. There's also a chat room for former staff members. Are some of these chat rooms used for work purposes? Of course, for emergency contact. Since we have some part-timers, not everyone was given a company email, you know. Do you think they also received the information provided by us? Chang nodded after a brief silence. They had to post a notice on the Beastar's official account and report the news to the executives. It's likely that the news was spread among the group chats as well. Still, the scope is quite broad. Even if we narrow it down to those in the chat rooms, it's just that so many people come and go. And sometimes former employees still remained in some chat rooms. Staff members joined their own group chat rooms. Shin's death must have been shared via those chat rooms. Let's talk about the accident. Any mistakes made by the staff? You're talking about the guy responsible for the social media part? Yeah. Something about holding a grudge or being neglected? Chang stared in the air for a minute, but soon regained focus. In fact, there were a few incidents. What? Who doesn't use fader these days? Although you're one of the few people who seldom use fader. That's why information has often been leaked by the staff. Really? A leak? For example, using personal accounts to upload photos while working on the show. Or leaking the recording schedule and rankings, and so on. If people discover the personal accounts of Beastar staff members, hardcore fans keep monitoring them. I heard they had been coaxing new info out of one of the more gullible members, or even offering to pay for new info. An experienced staff member would have been careful, but there were also short-term workers. There was another training session for the entire staff after the preliminaries. It was for conveying the message to the staff that they should be careful with their personal accounts. Has the number of incidents decreased since then? Yeah, but not completely. Most young staff members are using it already, but after several incidents, they were retrained not to use a private fader account to leak info about the show. Something I always wondered about reality TV is like, what's recorded and what's not? Like, I know, like, for American Idol per se, right? They record the auditions ahead of time, right? But like, when does it start becoming live? Is it like towards the end of the show? Is everything like kind of just staged all the way to the end of the show, you know, the last two people, or like what? I guess it just varies between, you know, different shows, but I always wondered that. They seem more disgusted than other people. Any eligibility requirements you remember? Like age or educational background? Something that would make them feel that they are better than those two? College students have good educational backgrounds. I'm not sure if you were aware of this, but there were so many college kids. Oh my god, that sounds like Lee. They worked during college breaks and quit before the new school semester begins. Which episodes were they then? Considering what was filmed, it should be from episodes 6 to 7. Chang stopped talking and gave a smirk. Why are you smirking, bruh? This ain't SMT. By the way, that kind of puts me in the category 2. I'm older than Seo. Are you? I graduated from a university. Oh, did you? Although I have no sense of inferiority, I still hate Seo. Do you? And am I also a suspect? Yes, absolutely. You don't hate O at least. Point out the relationship with O. Hated Seo that much? Point out the relationship with Seo? No, I'm not gonna do that. Let's go with this one. Chang, forget about Seo. What about O? I know you don't like Seo, but I'm not sure about O. That alone proves that you're not fake Shin. You know me then. Of course not. No way I'd hate O. Of course. But I actually dislike Seo. Of course you did. You've been supporting us from the beginning. I don't think you dislike Seo enough to hurt him. Exactly. I'm not the type to hurt anyone. Anyway, our suspect pool is too big at the moment. It ain't that big, bruh. Not for me. I got a big brain. I've narrowed it down to one person, okay? And that can only be you. That can only be you. Specific time frame. During Super Week? Yes, what happened in episodes 6 to 9 have been mainly discussed. So it's very likely that is someone who worked during that period. Only that time period was covered because we were too into criticizing Seo's past, right? And there are so many staff members who worked during that time. We hurriedly hired so many new recruits after the preliminaries because we were understaffed. Although many of them quit soon after, most of them were hired during episodes 6 to 9. The numbers amounted to about half of the total B-Star staff for the season. Can't we narrow it down? Do any of those new recruits stand out? My memory is vague. It was during a college break, so we hired a lot of college students as contract workers. It's not like I hired or interviewed them myself. I can't remember every single one of them. Okay, that makes sense. You know, after playing this game and kind of going through it for a while, I understand why Danganronpa distrusts never really happened. You know what I mean? I know why they changed a lot of stuff. Because if you play this game, right, something I noticed is there's a lot of content in this game, right? So there's a lot of endings. There's a lot of branches and possibilities and just different things that can happen, extra dialogue and such. And I mean, we only have what? 1, 2, 3, 4 characters right here. Well, 5 if you're counting Han, right? Well, Seo was 6, but Seo's dead right now. But you have 6 characters and you have to build relationships with all of those characters, right? With the 5 characters, and then, you know, certain dialogue puts you in certain different paths and such like that. Imagine Danganronpa. You have like 15 to 16 students in a game. You know, you have to have relationships with each and every one of them, and then on top of that, you know, you gotta have branching paths, the dynamic outcomes and all that, and that would have been way too much. The game would have took freaking forever to play. Like, yeah, you would have had all these possibilities, but like the game would have took forever to play, dude. It would have been way too much, way too much. So I see why they kind of had to scrap that system with the amount of students that were in the game. If they did it, they would probably, if they wanted to keep something like that, they would probably have to narrow it down to like 10 students, probably max. And even that's a lot. Like, I mean, we got 5 here in this game that you have to interact with, and that's a lot. So like 10 students would be a shit ton. So I see why they did that. That happened often. Are you saying you guys check on all the staff members? We don't even have to. They tend to post it on their own, and their posts automatically become an issue. Well, there's no law prohibiting you from posting photos of your workplace. Yeah, there is. I'm sure they enjoy the attention at first, but it never ended happily. It was the worst after the profile accident happened. Even his private account was dragged out. It was right after the incident, wasn't it? Even a simple grumble was magnified as something very significant. I guess Lee was right. So what happened in the end? He deleted his account and disappeared. Even after he got fired, he was on the verge of falling victim to doxing. Oh, doxing. That's a big word. I hate doxing, dude. Chang lowered his gaze after realizing the stunned look on Han's face. You didn't know? It's only natural. Sorry for not knowing enough about that, right? He couldn't have known? I mean, yeah, he couldn't have known. I didn't know much about it till now. In my defense, there was no way of knowing. Well, that's true. Even if you had sided with him, it wouldn't have changed anything. And it was his fault that he didn't comply with the policy concerning personal accounts. He had also done a few other things in the past. The rest of the staff was busy preparing for the main episodes, but then we had to do his work too. Some staff members complained about having to do more work. Even the staff members were divided on this issue. Man, do your work! Nobody cares. You can henpeck at a lazy person, but you can do nothing about a moron. That's what Shin used to say. He must have thought it was unfair, but it was inevitable back then. The personal fader account of the staff member responsible for the profile incident was revealed. The fader mob didn't stop harassing him until he deleted his account. That's horrible. Undergraduate staff. Let's do that one. Most of them quit after a short period of time, which a lot of college students do. But some must have remained, right? The homepage manager and the support department was still there. He said he might join the military after some time, though. There might be a couple left in the social media department. Well, that's all I can think of for now. Only those in the support department remained then? Actually, all new recruits were assigned to the support department from the beginning. They were going to quit soon, so I only assigned them simple jobs that didn't require lots of training. Like for the homepage or social media, stuff that required lots of menial labor. New hires were given tasks such as managing the website or posting social media content. That sounds easy. I want a job like that. What the freak? That'd be nice. Was that chores? Signed with many things? Let's talk about that. There were many odd jobs around the show. For example, moving the equipment or costumes. Updating Fader was also one of them. Are you talking about the official account? Yeah, that part also had many ups and downs. They were constantly changing who was in charge of managing it. Why would you do that? They kept changing the manager? That's... Shane continued with his arms crossed. The first manager was replaced by the now ex-staff member for a bit. The former staff member, the one responsible for the profile accident? Yes, but he wasn't just in charge of that. He was working on many things at the same time. After the profile accident happened, the original manager returned. Come to think of it, he was also a strange person. What do you mean? He was somewhat similar to Seo. What? I guess someone was covering him too much into Fader, I guess. It was like Seo who relied on someone behind him, probably this one. Are you saying someone covered for him? He came back to the position, which means he wasn't fired when he was replaced. I guess Seo reminds you of someone covering for him, huh? Chang pouted with a blank expression on his face. This man's always pouting and smirking and stuff. Rather, it has more to do with the fact that he was a Fader star. Since he was responsible for the official account, he had many Fader friends. He was just conveying the messages generated internally, but he made such a big deal out of it. So even if he made a small mistake, most users acted benevolently towards him. He was a Fader star just like Seo. Although now people criticize him. People want speedy updates. Chang put on a riddling expression on his face. I guess it's all the more confusing now that Shin isn't there to run things. The previous account manager returned after the poor staffer who caused the profile actually got fired. Can we talk about those leaks or no? Maybe not. Maybe not yet. I think I need to go back and talk to probably like look at all these that we have for men now. Jeez Louise, we got so many. All right, let's talk about the beloved fan. I was surprised at first. I was happy someone would remember that time and welcome me. I wish only good things happened, but what? Something happened? It was my mistake. He wanted to hear the stories from the past, so I told him a little. From the past? What are you talking about? About the concept of beloved. The concept of beloved, it was a cute group. At first, its concept was to be chic, but it had to be changed right before the debut. At the time, that was gaining popularity. Must have been a misjudgment. I was confused but okay with it. Because it was a debut that we had been longing for. The agency, failing to identify a market trend, amended the concept of the girl group right before making their debut. She was just happy that she could be on the stage. Okay. I don't see anything wrong with that story though. The next day, what I said was posted on the official B-Stars website of Fader. He must have immediately known who was responsible. My boss called me up and I was reprimanded. What? I've learned to watch my mouth ever since. Wow. I answered his question because I was glad to see him. Min was reprimanded for answering the staff's question without a second thought because it was posted in various websites. That's shady. That's some snake for real. Wow, that's really messed up. Oh, we could talk about leaks with her. I began to watch my mouth. Things had gotten awkward and other contestants became quiet. The staff members overhear many things while working at the studio. I was just answering his questions. They even posted a notification for everyone involved in the show. I never thought I'd be the first one. You've learned your lesson, or the person who spread it is at fault. It didn't aggravate further, it simply answered the question. Huh. Let's go with this one. You learned your lesson. And the issue was resolved before it got worse. I was given a warning and that was it. But what about the staff member who wrote the post? Was he okay too? Yeah, part of that was my fault for being careless. After finishing her remark, Min wore a puzzled look. But in the end, the accident happened. Accident? By the way, which staff member spread the post? It was the youngest staff member. Oh, the guy who got fired after the profile accident? Right. Even before the accident, he often wrote posts about contestants on the website or Fader. He was probably fired because of that. The youngest staff member caused trouble by posting rumors that he had heard from contestants on the Beastars website and Fader. So this person was a problem. They were a huge problem. Let's do this one. Han, you don't have a Fader account, do you? I created an account when I made it to the finals. Actually, it was created by someone else, so I had nothing to do with it. That means you only have the official account created for each contestant. It bothers me because I have to keep looking at it. Like right now. Min shook her wrist with a bitter look on her face. So you know what it feels like, having to constantly refresh the Fader page? Actually, the vocalist in my band was passionate about Fader. He also managed our band account. He was just doing his job in the beginning, but he got hooked on it later on. Yeah, as long as you don't overdo it. Min stopped talking and looked down at her watch. Big Shin will have to take responsibility for overdoing it. What about this one? Undergraduate staff. There were staff members other than those who quit when school started again. They joined the staff at around the same time but worked longer before quitting. People who quit voluntarily or including both? Min frowned, trying to trace back through her memory. One was the youngest staff member who got fired after the profile accident. Was there someone else? There was a guy who quit before the finals? I can't remember the reason, but I think it was something personal. How do you know that? Sometimes I exchange small talk with the staff members. I can never do that. I still get nervous when I'm on stage. But I don't talk to them anymore. I've been through a lot. For now, only those two come to mind. Except student part-timers, the only staff members who left Beastars were the staff member who quit before the finals and the member who got fired after the profile accident. Deserters. I don't want to talk to her about that. What about chores? Although I call it petty work, none of it is actually negligible. The show tried to assign excessive work to the inexperienced staff and it caused problems. They used to have enough manpower. They should have thought everything through when they hired short-term workers. 3 or 4 staff members had to handle the work of 10 people, which is freaking ridiculous. But when an accident happens, the lowest level employee has to take the fall. Same thing with the profile accident. Everyone knew what really went on. It only goes to show how the company treats its employees. Min firmly nodded. Ever since, the number of applicants for open positions has dwindled. Who would want to be treated as a disposable worker? Not me. Not me at all. Do I really need to do... If their status is all the way up, do I need to do like every single line? Like, do I need to keep advancing the report? Because I don't think you really need to, right? Because at that point, they're pretty much maxed out, so it doesn't go anywhere. But I guess if I didn't have them maxed out, it would make sense to kind of go through all of these, right? Right? That's what I'm thinking. So let's... What do we got here? Oh, we didn't even talk to her about any of this stuff. Okay, hold on. Maybe I don't need to talk to her anymore. Maybe I need to go back to Chang. What does he got? We could talk to him about leaks. I think it's easier to find someone without any mistakes. Tons of mistakes were made for each episode. And most of the mistakes were somewhat similar. They just kept happening one right after another. What was the accident that you just mentioned? The story behind Beloved's debut concept was leaked to the public. It was what was told to the staff members. Or the stage concept was exposed before the show. She told this to his staff. Let's do this one. Min answered the staff's questions about Beloved's debut concept and word got out. Oh, that? Chang wiped the tip of his nose with the back of his hand. Also, the official account manager's mistake was huge. There were so many accidents. Everyone suspected him of being a hardcore fan of Beloved. Later, it was proven true after his personal account was uncovered. Of course, the viewers who cheered for other contestants weren't happy about it. The Fader manager has no reason to visit the stage. Guess that's why he was overreacting, but he crossed the line. He must be lucky though, since he never got fired. Official account manager was suspected of being a big fan of Beloved. That suspicion was found out to be true later via his personal account. Okay, there should be one more. Where are you at? Is it the deserters one? I think so. You remember very well when I don't. He seems to have created controversy when he quit the job. Did you hear that from Min? She was close with some staff members. Let me think. Chang rubbed his chin with his hand. The guy who quit before the finals wasn't hired during the Super Week team mission. The youngest staff member who had been hired at the end of the preliminaries was fired. You know when and how he got fired? Right before the finals? I think it was this one, right? The profile accident where the contestants' information was all mixed up. Then before the preliminaries ended. No, it had to be this one. It was right before the finals due to the profile accident. Yes, so you do remember. Of course, because it was a big issue even though it didn't last long. He got fired almost immediately. He did odd jobs around the show, such as managing the computers and devices and briefly managing the official Beastars account. What's the story with the staff member who quit his job? He didn't make any trouble when he quit. He worked as an assistant, and he quit because he had to go back to school. That's all I can remember for now. The staff member was hired during the preliminaries and fired right before live broadcasting began due to the profile accident. He had managed data, devices, and official account. All right. I think we're good. I think we have everything that we need here, and I think we can continue on with the story. More story time. Yes, see, like all of their statuses and stuff, it doesn't change. So I don't think I really need to continually like do every single option because there's no point. He had finally compiled the list of the staff who could be fake shit. Former staff member who got fired after the profile accident and the official Fader account manager. That's what we have left. If we accuse an innocent person, it could backfire. Just then a message from Plughole arrived. Hey, my boy. Yo, man. What up? How you doing? It's time to end it all. Wait, what? You get the big picture now after talking with people? It's time to make a choice. Ooh. Listen to the music. Let me reconstruct the story. We'll start with the former staff member. Okay. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Wrong account, lopsided. Let's reconstruct the timeline of the former staff member. All right, if I remember correctly, caused trouble by posting rumors. Yeah, they posted the rumors. And then they were blamed. The personal Fader account of the staff member responsible for the profile accident was revealed right here. And then what's working here? The staff member was hired during the preliminaries and fired right before live broadcast of this one. It's these three. Bam. Go, 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 go. The former staff member came in right before the end of the regional preliminaries. And this kid got fired after the profile error had surfaced. Oh, this music though! Hey! It's safe to say he should probably be on our list of possible suspects. As the profile accident happened, his personal account was also revealed by others. Even after he got fired, he received a lot of blame. He leaked some info, including staff conversations, contestant conversations, and his personal impressions of the contestants. I'm done talking about the former staff member. How did he get to know the information on the contestants? There was a leak. The former staff member gathered gossip and spread it through a number of channels. He did odd jobs around the show, including some random tech stuff with computers and other devices. He was also temporarily put in charge of managing the official account. It is quite likely that he knew the watch's functions in the fader password.
パスワードをもらったのは本戦2回目なんだぞ。解雇はもっと前のことだ。
But the password was issued during the second round of the finals. He was fired long before that.
それは僕が説明します。
Oh, I can explain that part.
担当スタッフならもう少し早く分かっていたはずですよ。本戦1回目までは代わりにシャベッターに投稿もしてましたから。
The person in charge of Fader could have been given that info earlier. He was in charge of the official Fader account until the first round of the finals.
解雇されていたから今日の崩壊にも巻き込まれなかった。
Since he was already fired, he wasn't involved in today's
今
accident.
もスタッフの連絡網に残っているなら、プロデューサーの情報を先に知ることも可能だったはずだ。
And if he's still in the staff contact list, it is possible that he might have heard the news about Shin right away.
でも解雇になった人が連絡網に残ってるのかな。
Why would he still be on the list if he was fired?
ちょっとそうですが可能ではあります。
That's a good point, actually, and it's quite possible.
スタッフの構成が少し複雑なんですよ。契約に派遣もありますから。
The staff structure is a bit complicated since it includes temps and
探
contractors.
すにも全スタッフのリストすら出てないんですから。
We can't even properly search the list.
そうだとしてもどうして匿名であんな脅迫までするのかしら。
Then why would he make anonymous threats?
それは
That's
プロフィール事件で解雇された件みたいです。
probably because he got fired after the profile accident.
もう少し調べる必要はありますか？
Although there are some other points we should go over. Special keyword! He often uploaded rumors using his personal account. He was criticized for causing the profile accident and his personal info was leaked. He got fired before the finals.
次は公式アカウントの管理者だ。
Let's talk about the official account manager next. Okay. Reconstruct the actions of the official account manager. Definitely this one. The account manager made the mistake of sharing a post critical of Seo. Yep. Lopsided. Complaints. Isn't it just in this order? Working period. Replacement. Yeah, I think it's just that. Bam, 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 bam. Like that.
公式アカウントの担当は何度も変わった。
Official account management duties changed hands several
回り
times.
回って結局は元の担当に戻った。
After trying a few different people out, the task was given back to the first account manager.
今の管理者、つまり最初にアカウントを担当していたスタッフがミスを犯した。
This account manager, the first official account manager, made a crucial
ベ
mistake.
リスタの公式アカウントにログインしたまま、ユーマのことを非難する投稿をシェアしてしまったんだ。
He shared a post that criticized Sale while logged into the official Beastars account. Yo, this music is
た
hot!
くさんの人が見た後だった。
I love it. He deleted the post right away, but many people had already seen it.
個人アカウントと公式アカウントを間違えたと釈明してたな。
He explained that he used the official account by mistake instead of his own personal account.
人々はミスではない故意である証拠を探すと騒いだ。
But some people didn't believe it was a mistake and they claimed they would find the true reason.
そのうち個人アカウントで昔ビラブドのファンを名乗っていたことが見つかった。
Soon, one of them found out that the account manager was a fan of Beloved while checking out his personal account.
制作スタッフなのに仕事を
Ah, look at that.
ファンとして意識しすぎたことが問題だ。
He obsessed about his celebrity crush and neglected his duties as a staff member.
結局管理者は処分を受けて交代となった。
Eventually, he was disciplined and replaced.
出演者たちに訴えてくることもあった。
He even complained to the contestants that he'd been set up.
自分なりに悔しかったんだろう。
I guess he had his reasons for making that complaint. Dang.
こっちもまとまった。公式アカウントの管理者の話。
Now I'll explain the episode regarding the official account
そ
manager.
っちは現場のスタッフじゃない。事故にも巻き込まれていない。
The account manager didn't work on site, so he wouldn't have been affected by this accident
そう
either.
ね。今もずっと書き込みしてるし。
Right. He is writing posts even now.
シャベッターを管理していたから、俺たちのパスワードも知っている可能性がある。
Since he managed the Fader account, there's a possibility that he's aware of our password.
出演者の話もある程度知っていたことは。
So how would he know all the personal info about the contestants?
コンセプトを決めないといけないので あるスタッフには話が伝わっています。
Sometimes that's shared with certain staff members. They need it so that they can come up with character concept ideas for the show.
どこまで伝わっていたか、どんな話まで伝わっていたかは
Although I'm not sure what info is shared with whom exactly.
プロデューサーの話を先に知ることはベリスタの管理者なら可能だった。
It's also possible that the B-Star's account manager heard about Shin.
私たちが番組スタッフに言ったからすぐに広まったのかもしれないわね。
We told the production crew about her death, so it could have been passed on quickly.
じゃあ何必死にこんなことしてるのよ。
And what's he pissed off at?
公式アカウントでユーマを非難する投稿をシェアしただろ
He used the official account to share a post that criticized Seo.
う。ミスだって言ってたけどもう非難を受けて結局処分を受けた。
He said it was a mistake, but eventually he was punished for it after being severely
個
blamed.
人アカウントからユーマのアンチでレイナさんのファンだということが分かった。
People found his personal account, and as it turns out, he was a big fan of Min and a hater of Seo.
想像もつかなかったわ。
I didn't even imagine.
いきなり俺たちに悔しいと訴えてくることもあったし、
He even came to us complaining how unfairly he was punished.
自分なりの理由はあったんだろうけどな。
I guess he had his own reasons.
ユーマがバカなことやらかすから助けようと思ってやったのに自分だけが損したって思ってるようだった。
Seo continued to get himself in trouble, so I guess he was trying to help the show. But in the end, he thought he was the only one who suffered. After his official mistake of sharing a bad post about Seo, people found out he was a fan of Min. He quit his job, but came back to work after his successor was fired. Considering three conditions: the motive for anonymous attacks, the position to access the contestant's secrets, and Shin's death, and access to the watch's password info, the official account manager and former staff both satisfied all three conditions.
いざここまで来ると結論が出ないわね。誰なのかしら。
We've come this far, but it's still difficult to draw a conclusion. Who could it be?
そうですね。
まずは一つだけやってみて、いまいちだったら次に移るのは？
We could try one of them and move on if we're wrong.
失敗した場合のリスクも考えないと。
The fallout from accusing the wrong person, though. Shane came forward without adjusting his glasses.
さっきから
Boy, take a
曖昧なん
step
で
back.
すけど、
I've been feeling uncertain about something.
推測までは構わないんですよ。出演者のアカウントで投稿するのは反対です。
I'm okay with your guesswork, but you'd better not use your contestant account to accuse them.
争いが始まる瞬間から問題が起きるんです。
That will create a problem for me, you know? Wait, why for you?
その責任は唯一のスタッフである僕が負うことになるかもし
Boy,
れません。
stop! Nobody cares about you or your job. Since I'm the only staff member here, I could be held responsible for your actions. Shut up. Hey, but
当たっていたとしてもあっちが違うと否定したら
even if we chose the right one, he could simply deny it.
状況からは可能性があっても確実な証拠がない。ここまでだな。
What we need is hard evidence, not circumstantial evidence. If we don't have that, the whole thing ends here.
鈴木さんの言う通りですよ。
Exactly.
T よしえが外のやつかもしれないという結論までは出ました。
No, I don't agree with that. We agree that Fake Shin isn't someone in here with us, right? I don't agree with that.
なんて喋ってようが気にしなければいいんですよ。
I don't agree with that. That we can just ignore whatever they say. They weren't wrong. No, they are wrong. Introduce a second ballot system or something? Why don't you answer me? Han explained how he narrowed down the pool of the staff suspects in their stories. If Fiction is under a lot of pressure, we could take them out using circumstantial evidence. But it doesn't seem to be the case, meaning we can't. What should we do? We need stronger evidence other than circumstantial ones. Like what? I've accessed Seo's cloud before, and it was logged in the IP access history. I saw the history, but there were not many logs. I guess Seo hardly visited the backup server. I found out another IP logged several times before me. Bypassed IP, visited from one of the African countries. Freaking Africa, bro. Guess who? It's Fake Shin's IP. Does it have to do with choosing between the two? Of course, you bet your life on it. Cloud is connected from a PC. If there's a foreign IP logged, Fake Shin is using a PC to access Fader. Let's see if it's the official account, but I need your help. What help? Let's make a very interesting bait link related to you guys. If someone clicks it, their IP and device model will be logged. Then you send the same link to the official account. Why me? Because I can't. Fiction may ignore a link sent by an anonymous user, so it must be sent by you. If the link is accessed from the official account, the IP and device model will be logged. Then I'll check if the IP is the same as the one logged on the cloud server and if the device is PC. What if Fiction uses two PCs? One for the official account, the other for Fiction. Look, buddy. Let's suppose you're the official account manager and also using Fiction's account from another PC. You have clicked the link and seen the whole content in it. Okay. Then how likely is it for you to go to another PC to log in as Fiction and click the link again, or go to another PC to click the link sent to the official account? It's not impossible, but extremely unlikely. We've seen how this person is behaving. All their careless behaviors. Yeah, everything's been impulse, right? Let's sum it up. If the first visitor's IP is the same as the one in the cloud and the device's PC, the official account manager is Fiction. Or the former staff member, either of the two. Does it have to be a link of his personal story? We could still lure him without such a thing. Take it or leave it. I'm 100% sure that a personal story is the best way to lure that worm. We must make Fiction click the link. Let's put up the title and write nothing. Don't be scared, man. If you don't like using others, why not use yours, Han? We don't have to really disclose anything. My finger hurts from typing too long. I know, right? Then make up your mind and let me know so I can check it. Let's end it. Let's end this, bruh. Let's go. The conversation ended with an unsolved question. At this point, there's no other way. So I had to go along with Plughole's advice. Something that's attractive enough to click the link. Plausible story, not something unrealistic. Persuasion, scholarship, unwanted attention. Let's do this one. Let's do his own story. Should I lure him with my own story? Yeah. I could tell him it's about how I came to join Beastars, for example. Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. We're gonna put our own story up there. I'd rather reveal my own information rather than others. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm back with the link. The tiny URL. Hey, my tiny URL link. That's what's up. This link to the official Beastars account manager with some appealing description. It's my turn now. Check this out, bruh. Check this out. It's so chaotic. What is this? He threw the bait and waited. A few minutes later, Plughole's message arrived. Package has been delivered. Let's go! It's time. Here's the identity of Fiction you've requested. Wait, really? You've checked the logs? Of course, that was fast. Here's the result of the bait link. The identity of Fiction is... Oh, we're about to find out. We are about to... We'll continue after ad. No! Oh, come on. I'm serious here. Don't get serious. It doesn't help. Anyway, the identity of Fiction is... Okay. Say it. Say it. Is it Chang, bro? Is it Chang? Young staff member. The identity of Fiction, who'd been harassing everyone, is the former staff member who got fired as a scapegoat. Oh my God. That's what I was saying, dog. I was saying that. Let's go. Different IP and device for the official account. Let's go. I was saying that. I was like, that was something they brought up earlier in the game and they just completely forgot about it. A few minutes later, the IP from the cloud reappeared. The former staff member still seems to have access to the network. Beastars friends, security comes first. He helped a lot to reveal Fiction's identity. Anyway, he seems like an ally. Anyway, now is the time to decide. Decide what? We will make Fiction unable to come back anymore. We can embarrass Fiction by revealing what we've collected so far. That's the life. The higher you soar up, the greater the damage when you fall. Okay. It wasn't easy for Han to send the answer. The former staff member, who exploited the death of Shin and mocked the survivors, Was it because he was so resentful at the show's success and the spotlights on the contestants? Was it that unfair? Was it that miserable? Nobody here remembered his name. He was not a noteworthy person. A former staff member, no one remembered much about him at all. Excuse me, are you there or what? You don't like a noisy brawl? You want to handle it quietly? Then we can just report who he is to the official account manager. You prefer that way? What? Report his identity to the official account manager. Let Plughole do what he wants. Yeah, let's let Plughole do what he wants, bruh. I'll leave it to you. Okay, let's beat the crap out of this loser. Just wait and watch the show. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be real good. I'm sure a few sucker punches will soon turn into mob violence. Other people might have a different idea. You should persuade them. But Han, listen carefully. It's a big thing to take down Fake Shin. Your friends there will have more room to breathe for a while. But this is not the end. Dang. It's not? Probably due to a signal issue. No further messages came from him. This isn't the end? You check the timeline on the watch. Fake Shin, the most popular account in Fader. I'm sad to say that it was the new staff who got fired for messing up the B-Star's profile. Sniff! I've already checked the IP, so don't worry about it. The two can't be living in Africa or something, right? Nervous, huh? The mail address and the first digit of the phone number matched exactly when I checked the recovery option. I understand it must have been difficult and frustrating, but it's not like the contestants prayed for the profile error to occur. Isn't he almost certainly Fake Shin? Finally, the truth will show itself. You framed him as the informer of Seo's past life and it didn't work. Now you're trying to frame him as an evil staff member? Haven't you seen my photo of the scene? I can't believe you're still suspecting me over that hypocrite. Rookie, I'll be waiting on the new photo full of metadata. Don't think it's going to work. Of course it's impossible. You want another piece of evidence? Fine, just hold there. Okay. You know, the former staff member's personal account had been exposed. Now that I think about it, Fake Shin sounds pretty much like him. Yeah, it's weird for him to impersonate Shin out of everyone else. Check the former staff member's fader and he spoke just like this guy. And you know what? The account was changed to a private mode just now. Oh! Didn't he make an excuse that the mix-up data was not his mistake? Only weirdos make such a basic mistake. Yikes! Is it true that Fake Shin is an ex-staff member who was fired? Is he causing all this trouble impersonating a dead person for his personal grudge? What a loser. The survivors and bereaved families file a suit. His life is over. If Fake Shin is really that guy, then he'd better kneel down and beg for mercy to everyone right now. Or does he have something up his sleeve? A secret card or something? Around the time of the profile issue, I heard from a friend of mine who knew that the guy, and my friend said he was a wacko, a true genuine wacko out of all the staff members. Bro, it just keeps going. Look, Fake Shin's posts are being erased. Wait, what? He's running away now. If he's deleting them all, then it's obvious who he is. Wow! Those who dance to Fake Shin's tune, they should do something to make up their stupid mistake by writing an apology post or something. I don't expect much though. This man's, he's white. He's erasing himself from the internet. What Fake Shin has disclosed so far were rumors he heard while working for B-Stars. Fake Shin is done. It tried to witch hunt survivors using public opinion only to face a backlash. It will take divisive action on spreading false information about survivors or damaging the reputation of the deceased. Wow. 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 Eviscerated. Literally, Thanos snapped off the internet. Fake Shin never came back. It served as proof that his identity was successfully revealed. I'm surprised he didn't fight that, though. I feel like he gave up pretty easily. Public opinion shifted suddenly. The timeline was flooded with posts criticizing and blaming Fake Shin. But is it finally over? Fake Shin, who had been harassing the group for so long, finally made his exit. His exit wasn't as pleasant or delightful as Hana had imagined it would be. Fake Shin was found out to be a former staff member who had been held solely responsible as a scapegoat for the profile accident. Yikes! The survivors exchanged flustered looks with one another. Fake Shin, I mean, the former staff member's out of the picture now. Sad thing is I can't even remember his name. I guess none of us does. Min, who was holding the watch by her knee, raised her head. I can't believe the profile accident was the cause of this.
私たちが辞めさせたわけじゃないんでしょ。なのに、
We were not the ones who fired him, so why?
この番組の中心は出演者だからな。
The main actors of Beastars are us, the contestants.
ヘラヘラ笑っているのを見たら、どんどん憎悪が募ったってことかな。
This hatred probably grew toward us as we looked merry and happy on screen. There's a heavy silence. The pressure they felt while the identity of fake Shsl was hidden was no longer there. And the next question in the queue emerged in its place. A depressing question that would weigh upon them heavily.
だったら、
By the way, at the same time, the question was inevitable. Wait, what's the question? What the?
ユーマを殺した犯人って。
Oh, that one. Then who murdered Seo? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, it's not fake Shin, right? I don't know. Chang stretched out his hand to interrupt.
それは
Well,
それはわからないですよ。T 教えじゃないことは明らかだけど。
we'll never know. It wasn't fake Shin for sure, but
また振り出しに戻るのかしら。
oh no, I don't want to go back to square one. Are we going back to square one?
T 教え。本当にこの事件と関係ないのかな。
Do you really think fake Shin has nothing to do with the incidents in here?
関係がありそうに見えただけだよ。
I think he just got lucky with his guesses.
じゃあやっぱりどこかに隠れてるやつが犯人じゃない。
I guess the attacker's hiding here somewhere, right?
さあね。一度探した後だから。
I don't know. We've already searched the whole area. Have
とに
we?
かく誰かがいるって信じたいわ。私たちが知らないところにね。
I want to believe that there's someone hiding somewhere that we haven't discovered yet.
そうじゃなかったら結論は一つしかないでしょ。
If that's not the case, only one possibility remains.
この中に犯人がいるってこと。
There it is. It must be one of us. One of us. One of us. 3:55. The doubt. The beads of sweat on Han's neck suddenly turned cold.
そんなわけない。必ずいます。誰かがいるはずです。
No way. It's gotta be someone else.
ともかく確実なことはただ一つ。
One thing is for sure.
みんな一緒にいれば安全ということよ。
As long as we stick together, we are safe.
僕たちは5人ですから。
There are 5 of us. Bo's gaze lingered among the rest of the group. There was an awkward silence.
だよね。
That's right.
でも私気になることがある。
By the way, I have a question. Bo slowly turned around to face Lee.
ユーマに会いに楽屋に行った時、
When you went to the dressing room to meet Seo,
話し終わってすぐに戻ってきたんだよね。その時はあいつ
you came back here right after meeting him? Was he okay until then? Huh?
気になっただけだよ。私会えなかったから。
I'm just curious. I didn't even get to see him.
すぐ戻ってきたよ。その後はみんな知ってる通りだし。
I came back right after. You know what happened after that.
ここにいるみんなにはユーマくんを殺す理由なんかないわ。
No one here has a reason to hurt Seo.
理由がなきゃできないって？思い通りにならなかったとか、頭にきてそんなことしたかもしれないじゃん。
I'm with O on that. There has to be a reason. Somebody could have gone crazy for a moment in such a stressful situation. True.
ユーマくんはケイくんが戻ってきてからも T ヨシエと争った。
Seo argued with fake Shin even after Lee had come back.
そりゃ、
That's true. Lee slightly loosened the knot of his tie.
みんなを振り切って一人で向かったのは、クニガさん、君だったんだぞ。
Oh, it's going back and forth. Here we go. Oh, you're the one who insisted on going when everyone tried to stop you.
気に入らなくて、頭に来てそうしたの。
Oh, ho, ho.
範囲を広げてみるのはどうだ。
Someone could have lost her sanity as well.
え？それ私のこと？
Her? You mean me?
あいつが喋ったで何を書くかわからないからでしょ？
I went there because I didn't know what trash he was gonna post on Fader.
何かもわからないことを発表するかもしれないのに、ほっとけって言うの？
We couldn't just sit around and do nothing when he was about to make an announcement about God knows what. Han felt like throwing up and my head was spinning. He tried to ease the group's anxiety by removing fake Shin from the picture. Once fake Shin was gone, they began to suspect one another.
クニカちゃん
Oh no.
シャベッターでの発表
Oh
の話
no, despair.
何だったのかわからなくなったわ。
About the Fader announcement that you mentioned, now we'll never know what it was about.
分かってることはユウマくんが一人ずつ呼び出して事態を強要したってことだけ。
The only thing we know is that Seo called us one by one to persuade us to drop out of the competition.
待って、その話最初にしたの誰だっけ？
Wait, who first told us about that?
事態を要求して脅迫みたいなこと言ったってこと、あいつからは直接聞いてないじゃない。
Yeah, he made a threat when talking about forcing us out of the audition. We didn't hear it from him directly.
私はそう聞いただけよ。
We heard it from someone else. Say I did it. Remain silent. I'm just gonna say I did it.
俺だ。俺が一番最初にユーマと会っただろ。
It was me. I was the first to see him.
そこから戻ってきて、どんな話をしたか伝えた。
And I told you what we talked about after coming back.
りょう、口を挟む必要はない。
Han, you don't need to explain yourself.
そうね。あんただったわ。
Yes, it was you.
次がケイちゃんで、二人とも同じような話をしてたわ。
Next was Lee, and you both said the same thing.
二人で口裏を合わせたはずはないだろうし。
Bro, this is Buried Stars. Trigger happy havoc, baby. This is some Danganronpa stuff, bro. They are suspecting each other. You guys didn't make up your stories, right? Oop.
そんなことするわけないだろ。
Are you kidding?
クニカさん、いい加減にしてくれ。
Oh, that's enough.
ちょっと考えてみたいと思っただけよ。
I'm just trying to think. Well, think in your head. Min intervened, raising her hands.
話し合うくらいはいいんじゃないかしら。
It won't hurt to talk about it.
一人で考えて不安になるよりはいいでしょ。
It would be better than trembling in fear all
で
alone.
もあまり深入りするのはやめましょう。
But let's not go too deep.
さらに何時間も待たなきゃいけない状況よ。
We have to wait a few more hours in here.
気まずくなってバラバラにでもなったら。
If we hurt each other's feelings as someone leaves,
そこまでするつもりはなかったな。
that's not what I had in mind.
一番怪しかったやつがちょうど退場しましたから。
Big Shin was the most suspicious and he just departed.
各自いろいろ考えちゃうのは仕方ありません。
Naturally, we're all thinking a lot right now.
それは私も同じよ。
Right, I am too. Min put one hand on the top of her head and slowly took a deep breath.
ユウマくんの遺体を発見したとき、いろんな可能性を考えてみたでしょ。
I considered lots of possibilities when we first found
あの
Seo.
時は T ヨシエが一番怪しいっていう前提があったでしょ。
At that time, Big Shin was apparently our public enemy as well as the prime suspect.
今はそうじゃないって。
But he's gone now, right? Oh lowered her gaze and nodded.
それじゃ
How about this?
あ、もう一度詳しく調べてみるんだ。
We go a little deeper, like the last time.
何よ。
About what? Lee continued after a brief pause.
ユーマがステージを離れた後の僕たちの足取りだよ。
Our whereabouts after Seo left the stage.
そのこと？
Again?
同じ話をまたする必要がありますか？
Do you think it's necessary?
また同じ話するの？しないの？
Should I go over it again or what? Everyone seemed to hesitate at Lee's remark.
それがいいかもな。疑いを払拭するためには。
Yeah, it would be wise to clear all suspicions. Disagree or agree? Let's agree with that.
やってみましょう。前提が変わったから、もう一度考えてみましょう。
Let's do it. We have a different premise now, so we should go over it again.
漠然と疑惑を投げかけるよりは。
It's better than blindly firing at one another.
他のみんなはどうです？
What about the rest of you guys? Ah, he mad.
みんながいいって言うなら僕もまあ反対までは。
I'm not against it if everyone's okay.
今になって反対するのもおかしいでしょ。やろ？やったらいいじゃん。
Can't back off now. Fine, let's do it. Oh, what the heck, man? You're
私た
mad?
ちの今やるべきことは生き残ることよ。捜査じゃないわ。
Well, we want a
そこは気
survival,
をつけましょう。
not investigation. Let's not forget that. None of them really disagreed with going over their whereabouts again. Let's go over it again. It might help us to ease the tension. It seemed like there was an implicit agreement. Is everyone happy with the elimination of the rat? Not really. The attacker might be among us. I have thought so. I saved you guys out of trouble, and now you're fighting among yourselves? I hope there's no brawl going on. Do you want me to stop them aggressively? If you overreact, you will become the focus of the group, Han. You better point out anything suspicious. Tension is to be avoided, but a mild degree of stress could be helpful to overcome the situation. No, thank you. Han closed the messenger. It was a reasonable idea. Rather than letting all the suspicions explode later, it would be better to clear them now. So they decided to have another talk. But he couldn't help but feel the sense of defiance toward Plughole's casual tone of speech. What? I thought we were working on it together. Please don't sulk. I'm begging you. Don't like your tone. Aye, aye, sir. Your tone. Okay. Han lowered the watch and listened to what the others had to say. There was some progress to the story. So we're leaving Fake Shin or anyone out there out of this, right? Whatever it is, the fact that we found him at 2 a.m. in the restroom doesn't change. No sign of him being moved. He was attacked right there. A possible time period would be 20 minutes to 2 a.m. Han chewed over the time period again. 1:40 a.m. That's when Seo stopped writing posts on Fader. From 1:40 to 2 a.m., those who were able to go to the restroom were... it would be O, Chang. She left the empty dressing room to check the staff quarters, seeing no one there. She returned to the central corridor, then she met Chang there, and they came back together. Or right there too. Those three. O went to the dressing room after reading Seo's Fader post at around 1:40 a.m. She asserted that no one follows her. She said she waited in the central corridor until the tremor. But nobody saw that. Not at all. O waited in front of the dressing room until the tremor came, but nobody saw what she was really doing during that time. She could have been lying! She said she went to the staff corridor after finding out that the dressing room was empty. She met Chang after coming back to the central corridor and then came to the stage together. She's the only one that knows what she did up to the point that she met Chang. O said that she left the dressing room and headed to the staff corridor, then she got back to the stage after meeting with Chang. What was she doing before she met Chang then? That's the question I was asking before. Chang went to the central corridor once the tremor had passed. His sounds fishy. He said he was in the empty dressing room and later came out to the central corridor to meet O. He was alone until he met O again after checking the dressing room. Chang said he went to the dressing room directly and waited in the empty room for a while. Could he have done anything strange before he met O in the corridor? That's what I'm saying. O and Chang. They were able to go to the restroom during that 20-minute period. O, who refused accompaniment and left, and Chang, who followed her shortly after the tremor, were the ones who were able to commit the crime during that period. I'm telling you, they're in cohorts. Also, they didn't encounter each other until they met at the central corridor. The only way to prove your whereabouts is through your accounts. At that time, both Lee and Han were on the stage. Min was gone for a while, but it was impossible for her to go to the central corridor.
結局それなんですね。
Hey, so that's what you're saying after all. Han raised his head at Chang's echoing voice from the other side. Hey, boy, you better
一度疑ったから
lower your
私たちに
voice.
噛みつくわけ？
Back up. Now you're trying to frame me, aren't you?
どうした？
Y'all upset? What's the matter?
その時にユーマを殺せたのは私とナオちゃんだって言うじゃん。
You're saying Chang and I are the only ones who could attack Seo during that time period?
もしそうなら、なんで私がこの先に話し合いを提案するわけ？
That don't mean nothing.
私はアホなの？
I played enough Danganronpa. If that's true, why would I even bring it up first?
ユーマに冷たくしてたのって僕だけじゃないでしょ。
Am I the only one that was hard on Seo? Although Chang was a production staff member, he openly showed hostility towards Seo. He did! He
何
did!
かしたという意味じゃない。外の人間は除いて考えるってことだから。
I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just making a remark based on the premise that there is no one else here other than us.
うなずくのは難しいですよそれ。
It's not like we could have coordinated our story.
へえ、2人のうち1人なら5対5の割合で犯人確定よ。
If it's gotta be one of us, it's simply a 50-50 chance for God's sake.
最初に言った通り、引っかかるところを確かめてみただけだよ。
We're just dealing with possibilities, nothing more than that.
僕も引っかかるんです。鈴木さんも引っかかるみたいですね。
I find this conversation very irritating, nothing more than that.
ああ、余計に騒いで損しちゃった。何よこれ。
What? As the saying goes, a tall tree catches much wind. What's this? It's ridiculous.
私が犯罪者？背後から頭を殴る人に見えるの？
No, you probably didn't murder, but you probably helped the murderer. You think I'm the murderer? Oh, ran her hands through her hair, mussing it up. Did you patch up everything? No. I'm a bit worried. Getting carried away can be risky. It could be better if you dig into it further. It could be true. If they went over every little detail, they might find a decisive clue. But if the real attacker comes out, that will be another problem. What do you want me to do? What do you say? No answer? You must be in trouble. Stay calm. We've handled troubles pretty good so far, right? I'm just looking forward to the safe return of Mr. Han. He said he's waiting for Han to come back safely and that he should continue to keep his cool. It was Han who had to make the choice. Oh, it's time to make choices. Owen Seal, Lee, and Min and Lee, Min and Lee, Min and Lee.
話をもう一度聞いてみましょう。
Let's hear it again.
ちゃんと聞けば誤解が解けるかもしれません。
If you listen carefully, you can clear up that misunderstanding.
まあいいわよ。変な誤解は
We'll
嫌だ
help
か
them
ら
out.
ね。
Well, yeah, I hate being labeled. We gotta keep their cool, right? We gotta keep it cool. Guess we have no choice. Two nodded their approval. It seemed that nobody wanted this to continue.
いいよ。話してみようじゃん。
Okay, here I go.
その気になった。
Have you considered it?
マジ無理。犯罪者のレッテルなんて。
I hate being treated like a criminal.
Ma,
Hey, no, well, don't do criminal
ミカちゃんが
shit.
そう言うなら僕も。
If O says it's okay,
取り調べするつもりはないんだ。
I'm not going to interrogate you.
わかってるけど、強調するからそう聞こえないんだけど。
I know, but I don't like how you're emphasizing it. Girl,
それじゃあ
shh,
最初から話してちょうだい。
and take your time. Two of them began to talk with grim looks on their faces. They mad, bruh. They mad. Jeez. All right, guys. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next episode of Buried Stars. It is heating up. It looks like we're about to find out who really did it pretty soon. And that's actually really exciting. So hopefully you guys are excited about that. I can't wait for the next couple of episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.
Hope will never die!